You and your friend have broken up and it is so over and you are never, ever getting back together. Good riddance or wah wah, or actually super sad. Mended light. Let's talk about how to heal. Oh man, this one hits close to home, guys. This is Ask a Therapist, and the question is, how do I heal from a friendship breakup? Right? My friendship is broken up. We're never getting back together. How do I heal? First, let's acknowledge we're social creatures. Some people love to have a lot of friends. Some people have a handful of really close friends, but we are all here to connect in some way or another. We all have that need on some level or another. And so it can be devastating when you give your time and your energy to somebody. You create a bunch of wonderful memories. You have a lot of laughs. You have a lot of tears. They're there for you. You're there for them. And then you have a falling out. And sometimes you decide, hey, I want to fix this. I want to make this right. And I'm going to talk about that in a different video, how to heal a friendship that's currently broken. But what if the friendship is broken and it's not going to get fixed? Either because they're unwilling to forgive and try again, or you're unwilling to forgive and try again, or you're willing to forgive, but trust is not something that's going to be restored in this case. Oftentimes if this happens, because most of us, if our friendships break, we want to fix them. So if something's broken so bad that it's just over, oftentimes there's a betrayal involved, right? There's a betrayal of trust. There's something that you thought that they would never do or say and they did or said it, or that you did. Let's take those one at a time. Let's start with if your friend hurt you, they betrayed you, they devastated you, trust is gone, and you're not going to reconcile. If that's the case, the first thing is to mourn. Well, the first thing is probably block them. The first thing is probably to block them on social media and your phone and keep them from trying to reach out to you because you already know you want nothing to do with them. You already know it's over. So erase all the evidence. And for a time, you probably want to box up the pictures, push away reminders. If you're doing this long term, then that's a form of avoidance and that's not healthy. But at the beginning, when it's all just really raw, go ahead and just like purge all reminders of this person from your life, because you need to focus on everything else that's going on, all the other connections you have, everything else that you have going for you. So go ahead and purge this person at least for a while, and maybe forever if that's what you feel is right. After that, don't say it's no big deal. Don't say it's their loss, that idiot, and just try and move on like it didn't happen. You suffered a loss. Acknowledge it. The simple act of acknowledging how hard it is, how much it sucks. And yeah, sure, you'll probably vent and you're probably angry. Depending on your circumstance, that's fine to do with family and friends, or if you're not looking to ruin the other person, you might want to do it with a therapist. But you can vent and let out that anger, but recognize that underneath that anger is hurt, is grief, is a sense of loss. Just because you're mad at them, just because they betrayed you, doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, right? You might think it's just anger and they're a bastard and they just deserve my rage. Be in touch with that vulnerability. Be in touch with, no, this really hurts. Go ahead and cry. Go ahead and scream. Go ahead and journal, but don't stuff it. Don't bottle it. It all needs to be released, right, in a healthy way. Mourn that loss. And that's going to take some time. Don't be in a rush to let them back in, especially if letting them back in isn't healthy. And don't be in a rush to say, hey, I still love them. Everything's great. Or don't be in a rush to say, hey, it didn't work out, but I still love them. It's great if you land there. It's okay. It's good to love people. Period. Even our enemies, even people you're never going to have contact with again. It's good to feel love and to let go of bitterness and anger and rage. But we don't just let it go. I like to say that forgiveness is not a one-time thing. Forgiveness is how we deal with the hurt and the ire and the enmity and the rage and the bitterness. Every time those feelings come up, we purge them through forgiveness. Forgiving isn't letting someone back in. It's not restoring them back to where they were. You can forgive someone and never talk to them again. Because talking to them again is trust. Having a relationship, that's trust. And if there's no trust, you don't need to have a relationship. Forgiveness is how you purge all that poison out of your system. And you do that over and over and over again. As time goes on, you can start to transition towards gratitude. Gratitude for the good times. Gratitude for the things you learned. Gratitude for the memories you made and how this person helped you to grow. Whether through their finer points or through their less fine points, sometimes we learn from people's bad behavior more than their good behavior. And we can be grateful for that. Now you may think, what is there to be grateful for? It's all tarnished. It's all sullied. Every good memory is now ruined. My experience is that every friendship teaches us a little bit about our own humanity. Sometimes we're friends with people who we realize I don't want to be like that person. Sometimes we're friends with people who bring out an ugly side in us. It's all instruction, as long as we see it as such and we pivot and make choices to be different or to learn or to grow. Now, I know two people who their friendship is dissolved. I'm friends with both of them. They'll never be friends again. They've both made that decision, and it makes me sad. But to their credit, and this is another part of this, they're not making me choose between them. They won't hang out at the same time in the same place, so I have to tiptoe a little bit and make sure they're not in the same time or same place or invite them to the same things. But neither one is saying it's them or me, and that needs to be you. If you have a close friendship, odds are it wasn't just the two of you. There was a whole group of people who were connected to both of you. The healthiest thing to do is to not make people choose. And yes, to diversify your friendship portfolio, because if all your current friends are also friends with the person you're no longer going to be friends with, you need to diversify your friendship portfolio and make new connections so that it's not all just like, so there's a lot of overlap there. Now, what if you are the one? What if you're the reason the friendship dissolved? First of all, have you tried apologizing? Some of you are sitting there going, yeah, duh, but it's amazing how many people don't. It could be pride, but in a lot of cases, you may not think that it's going to make a difference. So why try? Because it's the right thing to do, and because you never know what's going to happen. You never know what turnaround could happen if you humbly take ownership. And by the way, an apology is not taking a step into ownership and accountability and then a hard left into blame. If you're saying, I'm sorry I did this, but you shouldn't have done that, what you're really saying is my behavior is your fault. And if you want them to take ownership, you've got to model what that looks like. Now, you want to hold them accountable? That's fine. Treat it as two separate things. What I did wasn't okay. And even though I take issue with what you were doing, the fact is I shouldn't have treated you that way, or I shouldn't have made the choice I made and it was wrong and I'm sorry, period. Try making amends. Now, you try. They don't want to let you. Some people don't give up and they try harder and they push and they push and they push because they really want this relationship to be restored. In my experience, that's just going to push the person further away because you're showing what I want matters to me more than what you want. You want space. I don't. So I'm just going to steamroll you. If someone asks for space or says, I need time, or says, I don't want to see you anymore, you could tell them how sorry you are. You could tell them what you're going to do to change and be different, and you let them know that you respect their decision, and if they ever change their mind, that you're open to reconciliation. And then at that point, you need to move on. It's a bitter pill to swallow when we harm relationships, when we're the bad guy, when we say or do things that we regret. The best way to navigate that and to manage that is to recognize that guilt is only healthy if it's directed at a behavior that we chose that we can change. And once we change the behavior, it's time to leave the guilt behind. You may not be able to save this relationship, but you can have healthier relationships in the future because you learned some dark things about yourself and you're going to make different choices moving forward. The biggest thing in all of this, whether someone hurt you or you hurt somebody or you both hurt each other and the relationship is over, is to look at yourself and how you're going to be different moving forward because of this. Otherwise, it truly was in vain. Otherwise, you truly lost this relationship and have nothing to show for it. If at the very least you learn something that will help you in future relationships, I'm going to be more kind, I'm going to be more compassionate, I'm going to be less judgmental, I'm going to stand up for myself more, I'm going to assert myself more, I'm going to be accountable, whatever you learned. Or these are red flags of people that I'm dealing with, and if they are displaying these red flags, I don't want to get too close to them. And I should have paid attention to that the first time, but I didn't, and I got burned, so I'm not going to do that in the future. Whatever you learned, like ask yourself, what did I learn from this relationship? And you may not want to right now. You may not want to look at it because it's too painful, but I urge you to do so while it's still fresh, while you still have the details, while you haven't settled into a narrative that's now months or years old that may not be exactly what happened. And no one has a perfect view of exactly what happened, but the closer you are to it, if you can self-soothe, so you're not in a place of arousal, if you can self-soothe and try and see it clearly, then you can say, what did I learn from this? What am I taking from this? I think we can endure almost anything if we have a purpose. And sometimes we have to give things a purpose. And asking yourself, what do I take from this to be better next time? Whether you're responsible or the other person is or both, asking yourself that question gives this situation purpose and will help you in relationships moving forward. If you've lost a relationship and you're mourning it and you're having a tough time with it, or you've been betrayed or any combination of these things, a therapist on our team is ready to help you. In the description below, I've got a link for a free 15-minute consultation discovery call with a therapist on our team. reach out, see what they can do for you. If you enjoyed this video, I want to direct you to what attachment theory can teach us about love and relationships. As long as we're talking about how to have healthy relationships and learning and growing, this is a perfect next step for you. Have bridges been burned in your life? I want to hear in the comments below how you're dealing with it. Do you have questions that you'd like me to answer in this Ask a Therapist segment? Sound off below. As always, like, subscribe, and click the bell so that you are notified of all of our new videos, because we are constantly cranking stuff out to help you. I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist. This has been Ask a Therapist, and I'll see you next time. Oh, there it is. Don't get too attached to this video, because you're going to go to that video about attachment. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But you should watch that video because it's really helpful.